Welcome to Relaxed Reddit Readings. Today we have 4 Reddit stories for you. Reddit stories that will make you say absolutely not. Story 1. My stepsister chased me for $20 after owing me $150. So my friend hunted me down over $20, but somehow forgets he still owes me $150. Let me explain. About 3 months ago, my buddy Gabriel was short on rent, and he came to me kind of stressed out, asking if I could lend him $150. Of course I said yes, that's what friends do. He told me he'd pay me back after his next paycheck. Weeks went by. Then months. And honestly, I never pushed him on it, because I know money's been tight for him, and I didn't want to make him feel worse about a rough patch. I figured he'd sort it out when he could, no rush, no hard feelings. Fast forward to last week. I'm out with him, and I forget my wallet at home. No big deal, he covers my Uber fare home, which came out to $20. I thanked him, told him I'd get him back. That same night, I get a text. When am I sending the $20? Okay, fine, people like to be paid back quickly, I get it. But then the next morning, another message, reminding me again. Like, it hadn't even been 24 hours. So I said, look, why don't we just take that 20 off the $150 you already owe me? Simple math, right? It basically cancels out and we're square on both. But no. He says the 2 loans are completely separate, and he wants his $20 specifically, like now. And that's when something just kind of snapped in me. Because for 3 months, I have not said one single word about the $150. Not a text, not a nudge, nothing. I've let him take his time, respected that he's dealing with his own financial stuff. And here he is, chasing me down within hours for a $20 Uber fare like I'm the one who's unreliable with money. So I finally said it. I told him, hey, since you're clearly on top of tracking money owed, let's talk about the $150 you still owe me from 3 months ago. And oh, the tone changed immediately. Suddenly he's annoyed with me, saying I'm bringing up old stuff to dodge paying him back the $20, that it's petty of me to connect the two. Petty. Him chasing me within literal hours over $20 is apparently fine, but me pointing out he owes me way more, for way longer, makes me the bad guy somehow. I'm sitting here just baffled by the double standard. If anything, I feel like I've been more than patient this whole time, and the second I ask for basic fairness, I'm suddenly the difficult one in the friendship. Some mutual friends think I should have just paid the $20 and let the bigger debt ride since I already know he's short on cash. Others think I'm completely justified in pointing out the hypocrisy. So, be honest. Would you have let the $20 slide, or would you have called out the double standard too? If you're enjoying these stories, hit that like button and let me know in the comments which story you relate to the most. Story 2. My girlfriend's snapping at me constantly, and I don't know how to bring it up. So my girlfriend has started talking to me like I'm an idiot, and when I finally said something, it turned into a whole thing. Let me give you the background. I'm 23, she's 25, we've been together about a year now. And lately, I've noticed she talks to me a lot more harshly than she used to. Like, if I just say her name to get her attention, she'll snap back with a sharp, what, like I've done something wrong just by speaking to her. Or I'll be in the middle of telling her something, and she'll cut me off completely and just switch the topic like I wasn't even talking. And then there's this other thing, where if I get a small fact wrong about something, or I just don't know a piece of information, she'll act like I'm genuinely dumb for it. Not tease me playfully, like actually talk down to me. Honestly, the closest comparison I can think of is how a teenager talks to a parent. That kind of random attitude, that I roll energy, for absolutely no clear reason. Now here's the part that makes this complicated. My girlfriend is autistic, and I know that communication styles can genuinely differ, that tone and delivery aren't always something people can control or even necessarily register the same way neurotypical people might expect. I'm not trying to be ignorant of that, and I really don't want to come across like I'm pathologizing her personality or invalidating something that's just part of who she is. But at the same time, I have to be honest about how this is affecting me day to day. It doesn't matter what the intention is behind it, it still stings every single time. It still makes me feel small, like I'm being talked down to in my own relationship, in my own home. And I don't think wanting to feel respected by my partner is an unreasonable thing to want, regardless of the reason behind the tone. So I finally sat her down and gently asked if she could try to be more mindful of how she responds to me, especially the snapping and the tone when I don't know something. And she got really defensive, said I was basically asking her to mask, that I was asking her to suppress a core part of how she communicates just to make me comfortable. And I get why that stings for her, I really do. I don't want her to feel like she has to perform being neurotypical for my benefit. But I also don't think there's no room here for finding some kind of middle ground where I don't feel dismissed and she doesn't feel like she's being erased. Some of my friends think I'm being insensitive by even bringing it up, that I should just adjust my expectations. Others think a relationship where one partner constantly feels small isn't sustainable no matter the reason behind it. So I'm asking you honestly, was I wrong to ask her to change her tone with me? Story 3. My brother left his stuff in my garage for 2 years, so I started charging rent. So my brother left his junk sitting in my garage for 2 straight years, and now he's mad that I finally made him pay for it. Here's how this went down. My older brother, he's 34, got kicked out of his apartment a couple years back, total mess of a situation, and he asked if he could just store his stuff in my garage for a few weeks while he got back on his feet. Of course I said yes. That's family, right? You help out when someone's down. So a few weeks turns into a month. Fine, still reasonable given everything he was dealing with. But here's the thing, he actually got a new place pretty quickly. Like, faster than I expected. And yet, he never came to get his stuff. I brought it up, casually at first, like hey, whenever you get the chance, would love that space back in the garage. And every single time, it was the same answer. Yeah, I'll grab it this weekend. This week for sure. Next week, I promise. Weekend after weekend, month after month, and nothing ever changed. My garage, which I actually need for my own stuff, my tools, my seasonal things, my car in bad weather, has been half taken up by his boxes and furniture for 2 entire years at this point. 2 years. I tried being patient. I tried being the understanding sibling. But at some point, patience starts to feel like being taken advantage of, especially when he clearly has a stable place to live now and just can't be bothered to make the effort to come get his own belongings. So finally, I sat down and did the math. I calculated what storage units in my area actually cost per month, and I told him, look, either you come get your stuff within the next 30 days, or starting next month, I'm going to need you to pay me a storage fee comparable to what a real storage unit would cost. Not some crazy inflated number, just a fair market rate for the space his stuff is taking up in my garage. And oh, he lost it. Called me greedy, said family shouldn't charge family, that I was being cold and transactional about something that should just be a favor between brothers. But here's what I don't understand. If this were a stranger, if this were literally any storage facility on the planet, he would be paying monthly without question. The only reason he thinks he shouldn't have to pay me is because I'm his brother, and somehow that's supposed to mean I owe him indefinite free storage with 0 end date, 0 effort on his part, and 0 consideration for the fact that I actually need my garage back. My parents are kind of split on this. Some relatives think I should just let it go because it's family and that's what family does. Others think 2 years is an insane amount of time to expect free storage and that I was more than patient already. So tell me, was I wrong to finally start charging my own brother rent for the space he's been squatting in? Story 4. I didn't let my 11-year-old nephew win at chess, and now my sister's furious. So apparently I'm the bad guy for beating an 11-year-old at chess. Let me set the scene. I play chess online pretty seriously, I'm rated around 2000, which for context is a pretty solid, well above casual level. My nephew is 11, and he recently joined a chess club at school. He's actually doing well for a beginner, genuinely, he's picked things up fast and he's got real potential. But here's the problem. My sister has started calling him a prodigy. Like, out loud, to other people, a prodigy. And he has absolutely run with that label. He's begun telling his friends, and even one of the older, more experienced players at his chess club, that he regularly beats me in games. Now, has he won games against me before? Technically, yes. But context matters here. Those wins happened during teaching games at home, where I intentionally let him take back bad moves, where I pointed out his mistakes in real time, where the entire point of the game was for him to learn, not for me to crush an 11-year-old for sport. Those aren't real competitive wins. That's coaching. That's mentorship. That is not the same thing as him being able to beat a 2000-rated adult player in an actual serious game. So recently, we're at a family gathering, and my nephew, feeling confident because of all this prodigy talk, basically challenges me to a real game in front of everyone. Loudly. Confidently. Like he's already won. And I thought about it for a second, and I decided, you know what, let's just play it straight. No taking back moves, no pointing out mistakes ahead of time, just a normal, honest game. And I won. Pretty clearly, too. Not in some humiliating, drawn-out way, but it wasn't close. And the second the game ended, the mood shifted immediately. My nephew looked crushed, my sister looked furious, and later she pulled me aside and told me I basically embarrassed her son in front of everyone, that I should have let him win, or at least made it closer, given his age and his confidence. And I get where she's coming from, I do. Nobody wants to see a kid look defeated in front of a room full of people. But here's my thing. He's the one who set the expectation. He's the one who told people he regularly beats me. He's the one who challenged me in front of an audience, with total confidence, expecting an easy win. If I had let him win at that moment, in that setting, with that build-up, it would have reinforced this idea he's already gotten from my sister, that he's already at some elite level he simply is not at yet. That's not helpful for him long-term. That could actually mess with his growth in the game and his ability to handle real competition later. I think there's a difference between being a supportive, encouraging uncle during practice games, which I have been, and lying to a kid's face in a real competitive setting just to protect his ego for one afternoon. My sister thinks I should apologize to him. I don't think I did anything wrong. So, was I wrong for not throwing that game? If you enjoyed these stories, drop a comment telling me which one was your favorite. And if you want more relaxed Reddit readings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment and subscribe for more relaxed Reddit readings.